Well, hey everybody. It's nice to see y'all. I'm gonna play Kenshi, I promise. But I wanted to try chatting for a little bit. Just to kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on nothing in particular. Interesting thing happened the other night. I got home from work and I fell right asleep. Got home at like 9 o'clock and like said to my wife, "Hey sweetheart, I love you, but I am literally just going to fall asleep. I am struggling to keep my eyes open. I'm tired and I'm just gonna pass right out." So that's what I did. I didn't even eat dinner. I didn't even take a shower. Nothing. I just went straight to bed. And so what happened because of that was I woke up early. Right. I woke up at like 4 a.m. So I didn't even get full 8 hours. I woke up, had to go to the bathroom, couldn't go back to sleep. When I tell you that I literally was an insane man when it comes to productivity, not normal for me at all. Normally, when I, like wake up, I'm groggy. When I wake up, I'm like, I don't really want to be up. I'd rather be asleep right now. When I tell you, when I woke up at 4 a.m. and literally cleaned the kitchen, did dishes, did all my homework for the rest of the week for that my main class, and cooked a meal and ate it. When I tell you that I did all that and I will still never be a morning person, it felt horrible. really, really bad to be that productive. Not used to it, and I don't ever want to go back. I am a night owl through and through, everybody. I prefer the night. It is quiet. There are barely birds at all. Sometimes you'll hear like a little chickadee like going tweet tweet every now and again. I saw the sunrise and I felt like how I normally feel if I pull an all-nighter as a gamer. Like, oh crap, the sun's up. It was just dark. What is this? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Could not be me. I will never be a morning person. You could not put a gun to my head and make me a morning person. You just couldn't. That is not who I am. And if that's who you are, good for you. But there, like at least you get breakfast at McDonald's. At least you get like fast food breakfast. That would be the only cool thing to me about waking up in the morning, because everything's closed. Nothing's open. No good food. I like breakfast food, but I don't like it that much. If you wanted to order something and go to the store, it's just going to be like a bunch of weird people who are up in the morning going to the store. Not to say that they're weird for going to the store. They're weird for being up that early. That is weird to me. Personally. Could not be me. So we're not going to do that again. I'm going to endeavor to get good sleep. Enough sleep where I will never have to wake up in the morning that early again. Because it's just not for me. Just not for me. Not for me at all. Just not. What else is going on? Yeah, I'm almost done with my summer classes. But the weird thing about summer classes is once you're done, you literally have to sign up for fall. Like, you want to go next semester? Sign up. Fill out your financial aid. Should have already done that, by the way, but I'm not responsible, so you immediately have to sign up for fall the next semester, because it's like a month or two away at that point. Like, I'll be done mid-August is when I'll submit my final exam for both of these classes that I'm taking online right now. And then RobbieJune will be going back to in-person college. Hopefully. I would prefer to have an actual classroom. Not to say that online teaching isn't for me, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I like being able to actually see somebody teaching me something instead of me just reading a textbook and answering some questions. Like my history class, I'm taking a history class right now, just as general education credit. It's from the 1500s to like 1900. 1500s to like 1900 or something like that. Covers almost 500 years worth of history. My assignments consist of this. I will read 2 chapters, just 2, 2 at a time, except for the last week. For some reason, it's 3. I will read 2 chapters of the book, and answer 2 discussion boards. If you don't know what those are, describe this issue in X a place at X time. Right? So when that happens, I will not even read the whole chapter, to be honest with you. I will take the chapter, find the specific part of the chapter that I need to find, need the information from, and then I will only read that and only quote that. So I am required to quote the text when I read this, when I do this discussion board for my answers, because you can't just make up something. Even if you have general knowledge about something like I do, not enough. You need to cite your sources, and your source is going to be the textbook because you paid a couple $100 for it, at least in my case. Financial aid covered it, which I'm fortunate for, but the textbook is worth a couple $100. You might as well use it. And it better be a credible source because you paid for it. So when I sit down to do my homework, it literally looks like me. The question is about French colonialism in Africa, in the Middle East, in the year 1800, 19th century. What does that look like? Okay, skip past the bit about South Sudan, skip past the bit of German imperialism, skip past the bit of Napoleon Bonaparte trying to make an empire. None of that matters. The only thing that I care about right now is learning about French imperialism inside of it's West Africa, West African coastline, to answer this question. That is the only thing that I care about. I would like to read the whole chapter. I would like to be incentivized to learn everything there is to know about this chapter. But I'm not. I will literally be required, if you're smart about your time and limited in your time like I am, to just find what is relevant to the question and answer the question and then be done with it. And maybe say, hey, I like your post on the discussion board. So there's 2 of those, 1 for each chapter that I have to read. And then there is an exercise. An exercise is where you will go a little bit more in depth into the chapter. It's okay, all right, what is the general pattern of this history that we're talking about? So instead of talking about or asking me a question just about French imperialism, how does France and Britain contrast with imperialism? How do their colonies differ? What do they do differently, and what do they do the same? Okay, it's a little deeper. I don't know if it's the right kind of depth that I would like from a textbook, but at least I'm reading about 2 countries now. So after that, then there'll be a quiz, which is in 2 parts. There is a multiple choice section, which, to be honest, if you read the whole chapter, you're probably going to want to read the whole chapter anyway, but you should read the whole chapter so you can answer the multiple choice, which is weird because the other 2 parts were not about anything else in the chapter. So if you were trying to be smart about your time, good luck. Now you're going to have to flip through the book and try to find what the answers are if you don't remember what the scramble for Africa is or something like that. So there's that. And then that's the first part of the quiz. The second part of the quiz is going to be essays. So you get there to write your essay, and it asks you the most benign question possible. And when I say a benign question, what I mean is, what was my quiz today? My quiz was literally what came about, generally speaking, from this thing. And to know about that, you only need to read the front page of the chapter and the back page of the chapter. You do not need to read anything else, because what they essentially want from you is a summary of the start and the end of what happened and was discussed inside of this chapter of the book. So there is that. That is what is currently on my mind. Also, I went and bought my little drink. Normally I buy, this isn't alcoholic, this is caffeine. I'm addicted to caffeine. I went and bought my 2-liter of generic cola because I'm not going to pay multiple dollars for a 2-liter when I'm an addict. I could just drink coffee, but it makes you go to the bathroom too much. So cough syrup, corn syrup, and artificial dyes and sweeteners and tastes and all that for me, because that's all I can afford. I went and bought that, 2 of them, because again, I'm an addict. I will go through these in about half a week, 4 or 5 days. These will be gone. It'll probably kill me later, but we're not talking about that right now. I went and bought these, and I see that they are so cheap. So cheap. They do not care about like what it looks like. That some of the labels, the printing machine must have been going bad or whatever. They just printed a bunch of misprinted a bunch of labels where it doesn't have the right colors. They're muted. One of them in the previous times I've been there have been like that, where it's muted colors on the label. And the other one is like on this one, this most recent one that I bought, this in my fridge. It is quite literally the same amount of drink, 2 different kinds of bottles. They both hold 2 liters, but one bottle is thinner and taller, and the other bottle is wider and shorter. I understand that it's a cheap product. How much does it cost for quality control on a blown plastic bottle? I'll pay extra 5 cents for a bottle that is uniform in size. If it takes me paying an extra 5 cents for you to give me a clearly printed label in a bottle of uniform size so I don't freak out when I see, like, I said to my wife, like, what's that? What? Is there something wrong? Like, does one of them have botulism or some other thing that's going to kill me besides sugar? And I was like, no. And she like opened one of them. She's like, oh, no, it must be the pressure. I said, no, that is 2 different bottles. I'm telling you, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it freaked me out when I saw it. Like, I grabbed them in the store, checked them out, and it was fine. But when I got home to actually put them in the fridge is when I noticed. And I was like freaking out for a second. Like, okay, well, do I have to take these back? No, I don't. They're fine. And even if I had to take them back, I'd still drink them. Because, again, I'm addicted to caffeine. All right? There's nothing I can do about it. It's the most common addiction besides nicotine and alcohol. I'm sure I'll be fine. It's the sugar that's going to kill me anyway. So, yeah. That's what's going on with me. I hope that whatever you guys are going through is not as weird as what I am going through. And if you are going through something bad, I hope that it is not forever. And I hope that it gets better, because most of the time it does. And if it doesn't, it's just not time for that yet. I hope that brings you some comfort, but we're all going through different stuff. Now, that's just what I'm going through, thankfully. I could be going through a lot worse. There could be a lot worse things going on with me besides work and school and mismatched bottle sizes at the store. So yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble.